So in this video we are going to start the next chapter, alternating current. But before we study about alternating current, let us study a little bit about direct current. See, the direct current, as the name says, it does not change its polarity. When I talk about polarity, it means positive or negative. It does not mean north pole or south pole. It means positive or negative. Now if we plot the graph, it will be more clear with the help of graph. Suppose we are plotting voltage time and current time graph. We will plot both on the same graph. Now in case of direct current, in short we call it DC, first thing is that we should know is polarity of the current doesn't change. The polarity remains positive and its value does not vary. So this is polarity doesn't change, value of the direct current or voltage, it does not change ideally. If there is a loss in the form of heat or light, then the value might vary a little bit, but ideally the value of the direct current or direct voltage does not change. So if we plot a graph of direct current, then it goes like this. For an ideal direct current which is pure DC, the line is absolutely parallel to the time axis. This means that the value of voltage of direct current is not changing with respect to time. The time goes on but the value remains constant. Let us say that this value is 5 volt. So for the entire time that we are using the direct current, the value will remain at 5 volt. It is not going to change. Similarly, if you plot current, I will show current with a dotted line. It is also parallel. Let us say it is 1 ampere. So with as a function of time, the value of voltage or current is not changing. They are not related with time. But when we are talking about alternating current, we'll draw graphs of alternating current. So for direct current, this is what we need to understand, and then we will introduce alternating current, so you would be able to differentiate between the two. So here in DC, polarity does not change, the values of current and voltage does not change, and sources, batteries, dry cells, they are sources of direct current. Car batteries, the AAA, AA batteries that we use, they are all sources of direct current. Now when we talk about alternating current, it is called alternating because its direction or polarity changes with time, and this change is periodic in nature. Periodic means that the change happens after fixed intervals of time. It is not like this that the first change happens 1 second and then the second change, that is second reversal of polarity, is happening after 10 seconds. That does not happen. If the source is same, if the current and voltage is same, then the polarity change will be periodic in nature. So first thing is that it changes. Second thing, because the polarity is changing, frequency of alternating current has some value. There will be some value of frequency. In the case of direct current, since there was no change in the polarity, so the frequency was 0. But in alternating current, there will be some frequency. So we'll see some examples of alternating current. We'll make the graph. One of the examples is, this is an alternating current. Now if this is the mean value, and let us say that this is, I'll write in the terms of voltage, let us say this is 5 volt, and then this will be minus 5 volt. That means the polarity is changing. First it is positive, then it is negative. If this waveform continues, again it will be positive and negative. So with time, the polarity will change such that this entire one reversal will make one wave. So I have drawn exactly one wave here. This will, let us say, for time t by 2, and this will at times will be at time t. So the value of voltage of this alternating current is varying between 5 volt and minus 5 volt, and the change in polarity is happening after every t by 2 time. So at this t by 2 the change happened, again after plus t by 2 again the change will happen, then after again t by 2 the change will happen. So this is an example of alternating current, and because of its shape it is called square current, square, or we can say square wave. It is a wave in the shape of square. Similarly, we also have triangular waves which go like this. Again same thing, if this is 5 volt, then this will be minus 5 volt, this will be 0. Change is happening like this after every t by 2 duration. This is called triangular wave. Square waves are generally used in mostly in digital circuits, but not exactly, because in digital circuit there are ones and zeros, so that will be done later in other chapters. Triangular wave we mostly use in air conditioner, refrigerator, basically those machines which have compressor. The current goes like this in these, and the one that we are going to study in detail, that we will use for the entire chapter, that is called a sinusoidal wave. So all of you have studied this sinusoidal wave in previous years in junior classes in the chapters of waves and oscillation. We drew sinusoidal wave, we made an equation, we found out amplitude, wavelength, frequency, angular frequency, various parameters related to this. So this is an example of sinusoidal wave. Again same thing, plus voltage and minus voltage. Now let us say that this maximum voltage is Vm. So if this is Vm, then it will be minus Vm. This is the positive maximum voltage and this is negative maximum voltage. The current that will be generated will also be like this. Now as you must have noticed by now that I am making the amplitude of current slightly lesser than voltage in almost all the examples. Even in the graph of DC current, I did the same. There was a voltage and just below the voltage was a line of current. So this is, I am drawing it like this because there will be a slight difference, because some of the EMF, some of the work done by the battery or the power source, it is lost in the form of heat. So the actual current that is flowing is slightly lesser than the voltage, because V equals to IR by Ohm's law. So there will be some value of resistance, and because of that some value, the current will not be exactly equal to voltage, it will be somewhat lesser than the voltage, because the resistance will offer some loss in the form of heat. So that is why I am drawing I like this in dotted line. So this will be maximum current plus Im, and this will be minus Im. Again same thing, the durations t by 2, for a full wave it will be t. So this graph, this wave will be exactly that we studied in waves and oscillation in previous year. So we are going to study this graph in detail. I'll remove these, and if you remember, we made a wave equation last year which was given as y equals to a sine omega t plus phi, if you remember that. In that, this y was the displacement at any moment t, a was the amplitude means the maximum displacement, sine omega is the angular frequency, t is the time, and phi was the phase difference. So same, this is the function, this is the wave function which describes a sinusoidal wave. So to describe alternating current also we are going to use same function. We will just change the symbols. So if we want to write the equation for sinusoidal voltage, for alternating voltage, then it will be given as V equals to Vm sine omega t plus phi. where V will be instantaneous voltage. Instantaneous voltage means at any time t, this will be the value of voltage. Vm is the maximum voltage. This peaks, these are the maximum voltages, they are Vm. Then omega t is called, or omega t is called phase angle. Out of this, omega is called angular frequency, and this will be equal to 2 pi f, or you can say 2 pi by t. F is the frequency of the current, t is the time period which it takes to form one wave. So, and phi is the phase angle. So if we talk about this, sorry, not the phase angle, phase difference. So in this particular example, you can consider that this is the type of waveform that will be obtained when the alternating current is passed through a resistor. When only a resistor is connected in the circuit, no capacitor, no inductor, just a resistor is connected. In that case, both current and voltage will be in same phase. As you can see, both of them are starting from 0 degrees, then they are going up to 90 degrees or pi by 2 radians. Then they are coming back to 0, then they are going in the negative side and then coming back to 0. Both current and voltage are moving with each other without any difference in phase. So in this case, the value of phi will become equal to 0 for this particular case. If there is some phase difference, suppose that when the voltage is 0, current is pi by 2, or when current is 0, voltage is pi by 2, then there will be phase difference of pi by 2. So for here, for this particular waveform, the phase difference is 0. So this will be our major equation that we are going to study, and from this equation we can find the equation for current also. Suppose if the voltage of this particular circuit is V and the resistance of this circuit is R, then I will be equal to V by R. So it will be equal to Vm by R sin omega t plus phi. Vm is the maximum voltage, so maximum voltage by R will be maximum current. So I will be equal to Im sin omega t plus phi. This will be the equation for the current.